If you haven't seen the news, PlayStation is getting rid of physical disc copies, and the internet is having an outrage over it. But I think this is bullshit, because y'all haven't been buying physical media for years, coming from someone whose collecting hobby is DVD and Blu-rays. I'm not defending this decision, I'm pretty fucking pissed. I love discs, but the amount of outrage from people on TikTok does not match the stats of how many people buy physical copies of games, so it means most of you are LARPing. Like, y'all gotta understand something. Sony, the creator of Blu-ray, the format that video games use, the company that has access to the cheapest and highest quality versions of disc, is no longer interested in selling them because they lose money because none of y'all buy disc! They make $50 on a digital purchase of a game and $7 on a physical. Why? Because the physical market operates at a loss because y'all don't fucking buy them. I'm not trying to defend the multi-billion-dollar company, but y'all literally drove the creator of the modern format of physical gaming to pull the plug on their own idea because y'all don't interact with the market. But then you'll go on Twitter and finger blast yourself lying about how you care about physical gaming. No, you don't, bro. And like, maybe you do, but I can say I care about homeless people, but when I see a homeless person begging for food, needing help, if I just spit on him, do I really care? Now don't get me wrong, I'm still pissed at Sony. They were still making money from physical discs, but this isn't some random decision they woke up and decided to do. This is a calculated move that was made due to years of neglect the consumer has put onto the physical market. The physical market's been going away from media. When was the last time you bought a CD for a new album you like? Or bought the Blu-ray of the movie or TV show? That's right, never! Fun fact, but disc drives are actually really fucking expensive. They add about $100 to $150 to the price tag of a console. So them getting rid of discs is also made upon the fact that most people bought the PS5 and never used a disc drive. Like ever. So that $100 inflate could have been removed, bringing in more sales for people who can't afford it. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Sony made this decision to assist poor people, but it is an actual advantage that can and most definitely will come from it. But the cons far outweigh the pros. I feel the most bad for game stores, not GameStop, they can suck my dick. They're basically a Funko Pop store at this point. I can't remember the last time I went in here shopping for anything other than a Funko Pop. I mean like the locally owned businesses. Actually, they'll be fine because they barely sell next-gen games because no one fucking buys them! They sell retro games because only civilized gamers have the common decency to help out the OGs of our community. Will I get hate for calling out the community's hypocrisy and own faults for the failing of the physical market? Yeah. Am I wrong? Fuck no. Search your feelings, you
extremely nice individual.
You know I'm right. I'm not saying it's 100% the community's fault or 100% Sony's fault. It's both of y'all's. More so Sony because they weren't operating at a loss. Yet. Look, in 10 years, they would have been losing money, so they made a preemptive decision, especially since the PS6 will probably be a decade console of how powerful it'll be. From a business perspective, they are making a safe move. From a gamer's perspective, they fucking suck. And I agree they suck. If they maybe did a thing where you can digitize physical games, but each disc has an ID code so you can only digitize it once to prevent sales losses, which would be unattractive from their side of the view, I guarantee disc would have done much better. But the real reason disc failed is because it's not as convenient. You can overnight ship a disc to play the game the next morning while paying tax and shipping, or you can download the game on your console for the same price without tax and shipping. I hope and pray Sony has developed a new and better system for physical gaming. Maybe they have some new cartridge technology that can run 400GB games at lightning speed, but it's a rough world we live in. But I have a dream.